Wake up. Wake up, tutors and learners, because times are so tough. The road without an education is extremely rough. Your sense of knowledge of where you should be will never be found with no identity. Set yourself goals and use what you've learned. Education is important. It's what your forefathers earned for you. Learners, you're put to the test. Don't fail, but strive to be the best. Your forefathers died to put you here. Don't let their dreams disappear. So wake up. Wake up, have pride in yourself. When you don't learn, your closed book on a shelf that no one reads or cares to possess. You must look at yourself. It's time to confess that you can do more to help yourself. Only you. Only you and no one else. So, wake up. I wrote that when I was writing a play for Black History Month. But as I continue to work in the educational field, I said that refers to all. We all need to wake up. So, at this time, I think about the time when I was in school, which I consider it now the traditional way. And now we have moved forward to the non-traditional way, even if you see the way the best are. And I thank each one, teach one especially for this opportunity that they've given me to show you different ways and different ideas that I hope you can take back with you. My name is Lee Russell. I am a graduate of Belton High School. Those of you who do not know where Belton is, you go to Austin, 45 minutes straight down, 35. You run into Belton. And I'm a proud graduate of Texas A&M University in Gator Station. Presently, as you see Diane over there, she had her Alabama shirt on. But I tend to feel sorry for her at times. But we love each other. Presently, I'm an adult literacy instructor at the East Side sites. We have two sites, one at Austin, which is right down the street, and the condos. Yes, thank you. When you hear the word creativity, what do you think of? Why is creativity or being creative important in the educational fields? Think about the many learners, students that you come across. You know that we all learn in different ways. So it's very important for us to think outside the box. And what do we mean by thinking outside the box? That which is normal, that's either add, subtract, multiply, or divide to what we're going to put in place. Anytime I have my sessions, I think of fire. Fun, interaction, retainment, and engagement. Learning should be fun. There should be a lot of interaction. Of course, this will lead to our retainment of the information through various ways of engagement. So as we go through the day, you can be engaged in a lot of activities. So that's why I want to start on time, because I do really want to share these ideas with you so that you can take back with you. When I look at tutors and I look at myself, I was actually an educator for 26 years. I was actually an administrator, a mentor as well. And I could see that at many times there had to be some changes. So fire, fun, interaction, retainment, engagement, plus desire. Here at Each One Teach One, we have students who are coming here for help. So you know that there is at least that spark. So it is my goal to make that spark become a flame. Now also, not only desire with the learners, also the desire with tutors. As a tutor, you should have the desire to reach your students, right? which means that what? You're going to have to be creative. You have to be creative. I mean, we have wonderful facilitators, and even when I started, I could see like, oh, paperwork, worksheets, and that's awesome. But I remember those times when I was in school, and I would look at that teacher and say, oh no, not another worksheet. Give it to me another way. So I started bringing my own stuff to class. She goes, Lee, what are you doing? I'm adding to what you're doing. So you can see I was kicked out of a few classes. But it was good because I've learned to teach myself. You know, I heard students before and said, I had a bad teacher. I said, no. What about you? How could you have contributed to make it better for yourself? So, fire plus desire will lead to achievement. Fun, interaction, retaining, engagement. So, before we get ready to start with our stations, each of you, and let me introduce my lovely Santa. This is actually one of my learners. And also, Josefina is one of my learners. So I'm going to give them a hand for attending. And then also I want to welcome, this is my wonderful Miss Nate Smith. I used to work with her in the college level. So I thank her for coming. Okay? And all of you, welcome. Okay? All right. So each of you received a card with a letter on it. So I want you to look at the tables, and all the tables, as you get up, so you're going to have to move, it's going to have letters on there. Okay? So go to the table and find your letter. And that's where you will be sitting, please.
C-J-O, C-J-O, C-J-O.
You're already there.
C-J-O.
And B.
C-J-O. You're not here. You're the J.
Here's F-W-B. So if you have F-W-B, you come with
C
me.
and O. C and O. C-O.
You understand what's different right now? Okay, now, this is what I'd like you to do, because this is getting to know each other. So we're going to take a few seconds, because we want to speed up for some time. Okay? Each of you on your card, you're going to introduce yourself to who's at your table, and then whatever the first letter is, you're going to give them a positive word that goes with that. So if I had G, Lee, my name is Lee, and you are gorgeous. But give yourself a positive attitude to what the letter is. Yes. Okay? Yes. The other person, though, listen very carefully, please. So you will introduce yourself, or these two will introduce themselves. Okay? And then her letter is S. So you will give her something positive that starts with S. Okay? So, yes. Oh, I'm looking at Okay. Hers there is W. So you give us something positive. Introduce yourself. Oh, okay. There's something is this R?
Oh, you guys go first. We don't call it R. No, you introduce yourself.
So you can say
Daryl.
Daryl is positive.
Tell us about yourself, Judy.
Daryl is positive persistent.
You
The same thing, so you can introduce yourself. You do like triangle here.
Okay. You came here legally, right?
Connie is happy. That's the problem.
Jolly. Good one. Yeah. Okay, everybody.
My name's Rod.
Okay.
Hey, we're done.
All right, let's go.
We're done.
Awesome. Okay, let's start with this table here. We got a lot to get done. Okay, so this table here. Okay, so get in here and introduce. Okay, and what this is, please. Don, thank you. Okay, and what this is, please.
Okay, everybody, I'd like you to meet Agatha, and she is very savvy.
I'm going to introduce Esther, and she is awesome.
Yeah, she is awesome.
And I'm going to introduce Jillian, who is extremely interesting.
Good. So you know what letters they are.
Yes.
Also, do you see the math in this?
Oh,
What math do you see here? Triangle.
Yes. Yes.
You
Yes.
see? Triangle. See everything outside the box. Okay. All right. And you going to introduce each other?
Yes, this is Tony, and she is driven.
So our letter is
D.
D is good.
And this is Blanca, and she is virtuous.
Awesome. Okay, let's go here.
this is Diane, and she is beautiful.
She is. This is Miss Doreen, and she is wonderful. Yes.
I'm old, I have to think. This is Angela, and I chose fantastic for her because she's willing to help people. She has a lot of patience.
Beautiful.
This is Judy, and she is jolly.
Okay.
And this is Roger, who is a yummy, yippee, yodeling yokel.
Oh, very
This is Marie, and she's caring and
Good.
considerate.
good. Awesome.
All right. And this is Connie, and she is happy. What do we say? Hysterical on certain days.
Okay.
And this is Daryl. He said he's passionate.
Okay, awesome.
And this is Caroline, and she is resilient.
Awesome.
This is Mr. Dunn, unique person.
Yeah.
So this is Josefina. She's got very much, quite a bit of desire now to get educated.
Yes.
And her letter.
Yes.
So she is. She told him. What did you tell her, Josefina?
Lovely.
Lovely. Awesome. Okay. All right. So now you know everybody's going to be on your team. This is your team. And what we're going to do is, so they have two. If you don't mind moving to that table, please. Yes. Okay. And then you have three here. Okay. If you look at your table, you have several papers and pencils. Not here. Not now. Okay, this paper here.
I would have been sitting over there.
There should be 4 at each table. Okay, now everyone look at what you have before you. Now we have a lot to go on, so I appreciate that we have your attention because we have a lot to do, and I really want to make sure that I'm able to share as many ideas as possible so that you can take it with you. Okay? Because from even what I've done with my students, I can see how it really has helped them. And I just really want to share this, okay? All right, so if you look at this paper here, of course it has where you can put your name, you did today's date. So did everyone get one? Now, if you look at your table, you have your station number. So if you look at your station number, that is where you're going to start your writing. So you have front and back. So you have station 6, so find 6. You have station 4, so find your 4. You're station 3. You're station 2. Okay? So this is where you're going to put your data. Okay? Now, also, at every table, there's instructions. So you need to take the time to model. That's a strategy. Modeling. Because we have students at different levels. We have some who are low to medium to high. And so what I do about it, especially with my low students, I read to them. Before I know it, they're reading with me. So if you do it like a couple of times, then they'll start to try to read with you. So make sure, please, one person, when you get to each station, that someone reads it out loud. There's something about reading it out loud. You see what I'm saying? So if someone reads it out loud, and they will tell you exactly what you need to do. And you would put all your data on this table right here. Now, yours is going to be that, so you're going to have to move this stuff and use that puzzle.
Okay,
Okay, so let's begin. You're going to have 10 minutes per station. So we're going to have to move because we already started a little late. Okay? So read your directions. Okay.
And so one down. Any person, place, thing, or idea.
Where's the passages? One of these?
And there's the example right there.
We're all looking that way.
Do we put our answers on the board itself or on?
Okay. The Lord God said,
But do we want
okay, from dust from ground, he shaped to look like a man. The Lord God breathed into that dust. And all he did was Adam, the first man. And the Lord God made a garden. He said to Adam, to your home, trees and plants grew in the garden. Birds sang in the trees, animals played in the grass. Adam gave a name to every animal. But no other people lived in the garden, and Adam was very lonely. And the Lord God made a woman. He called her Eve, and Adam and Eve were happy.
We came from the Jewish
This is the answer.
But on the seventh day,
But
God
that's my
rested
job.
from
I'm
his
facilitate,
work.
right? So I still want to be going around. Now, can I have your attention for 1 second, please? Can I have your attention 1 second, please? Because we have a lot going on, right? That you're not going to get the whole thing completed, and that's not the key. The key is for you to get ideas of what is being done.
Okay.
Because we're going to be moving from one station to the next. So you see people are going to be up, you know, everybody has to be sitting down so that you can be moving around. Okay?
Got it. Yeah. And here's an E.
That one is better now.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
All we have to do is come to
Because of technology. So that's team collaboration. I think for this.
Are we like comparing them?
If this is one of those boards we were talking about, this would be neat, right?
You already know you're starting.
Why did you do that?
I don't think that's the answer.
It's not answered on this. But it's a question I know.
Well, that's probably a little above the
That's 13. Multiply that answer by the next number, by 0. Then divide that answer by the last number.
Okay, let's see.
The Now it's an adverb.
All right, use the calculator to check.
Adjective. An adjective.
Answer is correct. And use one space on the
No, she's right. It's adjective.
Okay, so like G, she got O. So I'm just going to kind of pick up her global.
Yeah.
So I said, and then one of y'all would be writing her words. So she says G-O. That's a word. Go. So you write go. One of you can just write those.
Okay, so you want to start? So start making words. Start then. Okay, ready?
I keep them away.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
All right, so go, no, O was one of my vowels. That's so weird. Okay, P.
So you can use more than one there.
Yeah.
And looking for us to pull up 5 numbers. So who's the first one? She did. Okay, good. Awesome. Okay. And then how many of you get it right? How many of you get it right? Yes. Okay, then you move. That's it. Awesome.
Yeah, you got it.
Describes a verb. An adjective or another verb. So adverb, that was 6 down.
6 down.
So they give the answer.
So that was 6 down.
So what is 3 questions that you can come up from your passage, reading passage?
That's as far as we got.
Okay, awesome.
How did God make it?
See the next thing, okay, and so this is as a team, this is what you're supposed to do, this is team building. So, what is the objective of that passage? What was it mainly about?
How God made
Creation of the world.
Okay, so that's what you put, and then your vocabulary. Pick 1 or 2 words that you think the learner may not understand. Then the sketch is what you will take on it.
Breathe. You may not understand. Breathe.
Then you will put your title.
What is
And I see it.
how God made it?
Okay? Now, I'm sorry, I don't have to get a chance.
God created the world.
Yeah. That's a great idea.
Everybody can see so
Grammar puzzle. That was a great idea.
This had to do with
Great, and then we for more kind of middle grade, more advanced students. Yeah. Good practice.
Hey, I always enjoyed.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, now let's stop. Your attention, please. Because you're going to have 10 minutes on these stations. Look at Carolyn trying to get all of them. Yeah, that's okay. Now, what I want you to do is go ahead and take those off.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. You're going to take it off. We have to go to another section.
We worked so hard.
I got more paper.
Okay. Let me have everyone's attention, please. Let me have everyone's attention, please. Let me have everyone's attention, please. This is what the main focus is. This first sheet that Santa gave you when you came in. This paper, if you look at the question, is dealing with low-level students, average students, high-level students, ESL students. For example, it's in how could a low-level student benefit from this? How can an average student benefit from this? How can a high-level advanced student benefit from this? How can an ESL student benefit from this? Where is the math in this? You see the math in this?
Absolutely.
See, this is your main focus, this sheet. And you should be able to tie all of this in to you as a group discussing how can you answer these questions pertaining to your station. Because so what? So we can hit all learners. Got it? You're awesome. So what I want you to do, okay, if you're going to stay at 2, go to 3. 3, go to 4. Now this I'll read the directions at the paper, okay?
So what's the deal with books?
Well, I'll just share it. I don't know. We might need this at the end. We don't know.
No, we don't need to do
Okay, we got the moves. Let's go.
Bye bye.
So where are you guys?
We're with 3. This is Ivan.
We're going to let us
We're 4.
No, leave the chairs. Leave the chairs. Everything's in place.
4 is the jigsaw.
Yes. What did you think? Get the direction. I did.
Here it is. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. There we go. Thank you. Got it now.
Now, and what you're going to do is, let's do this. I'm going to copy. So this is your reading. Okay. You could be doing your work on that paper right there. So go ahead and get your work in there.
Oh, okay.
Let's see, I wanted to put it on the wall, but it's high. Okay. So you're number 3. So we're going to read that. So here's your instruction.
Read this passage and complete the following. Use example.
So this is team. This is team building 2, right?
Yes.
So someone can start putting row number 1 questions, row number 2, and then you'll be filling it in.
Fill it in. Okay. All right. So we need to read the passage. Yeah.
We're going to read it aloud.
Okay.
Now, if you don't know, because y'all have been in the class before, he said this is got to include, so you just take these out and just look at the words and see if you can read or something. Okay? So it actually gives you the words. So if you don't know, you know the answer. For example, any person places thing on an idea. There's one down. And this one now. Okay, so put in now, since y'all just starting, it's not testing you. You can go ahead and answer the words and just start filling them in. Okay, so we're saying that y'all know level. If you're low level, then the letters are important to know levels on it. So just the answer key, and so you start filling them in.
Watched out of the ark of all the animals, all the portions. There he praised the Lord and they prayed. Then the rain began to fall. It fell 40 days.
Y'all might know some of my
The ark flowed safely on the sea.
That's the number 3. The one and 2.
That one was, they weren't number 2.
So then read the so write the question that can be asked and answered correctly. The questions should not be questions that can be answered with yes or no answers. Put the answers at the end of the questions. So we generate, so yeah. So 3 questions. So
Why didn't you know what this was?
Why didn't know about this? How many questions?
See, it does take a lot of time, doesn't it? So as far as with this jigsaw, yes,
it can be washing it from the earth, trusting obedience. Allow all of it.
yes, just if you had time to actually go through this whole process. Y'all don't look yet. Not yet. Yeah, we'll tell you when we need it. One second, because it'll mess with you. Okay. So we should get her, okay? Okay. Yeah, you should be right in your data sheet. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Now you're not gonna have time, but I just want you to get the ideas. You see? Because it's gonna look like that when you get through.
Yes.
And actually, when I did it in class, I actually had the note. When you put all the students together, you can have some that can read, some who are lower. And you find out, I find out the lower level are the ones who can draw. They were the artists. And so when they saw that thing up, they go, I did that. You know what I'm saying? Because they were the ones that could draw that thing. So, and then it made him feel part of the team. It's on team building. But that's why I hate the rush, rush out because I really want to get the whole effect of what it is. And that's the key, is get ideas. I think you really see all the ideas. Okay, everyone attention, please.
Kind of anticipating what questions will I be by asking your own questions.
Okay? Now, on your data sheet, everyone listen please. The data sheet, you're supposed to be writing notes because when you look at that data sheet, this is how you're going to retain your information, like you're taking notes in class. So when you look at that data sheet, you're like, oh yeah, I remember when there was something to add, subtract, multiply, he did this on station so and so. So that's an idea that you remember to use. Okay? So this is how you retain your information by putting it on the data sheet. This is like you're taking notes when you were in school. Okay? All right, again now, remember the main purpose, again, is not for you to be able to complete this because it takes time. It takes time, but just think, if you actually took the whole time to get it done, all the ideas that you're going to gather. You see? And so hopefully you look at this and you use these. It takes time for you to put together, but you can always use them over and over and over again. And also I want you to understand, do you think this costs much?
No.
No, it's just paper and cuts and circles and just very inexpensive. Okay? So now what I want you to do, that station, take whatever you have off, but leave the directions, please.
We left them.
And then if you're on station 1, go to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6. Okay?
So we're right here.
So where's 3, 4 to 4? Read the directions. So read the directions out loud. And then follow that. And actually you're going to be following that right there. There's an example. So there's the directions right here. Okay.
Okay. All right. So read the passage for the complete the following task. Use the example.
A man named Abraham lived in the land. But the Lord said to him, leave this place. Go to the land I will show you.
Is they have little vignettes about different mathematical subjects. So from addition all the way up through calculus and everything in between. And so sometimes if you're looking for another explanation or just something different, just one way to present something.
No, that's a good idea.
Khan Academy is fantastic and it's free. So please, when you have time, take a look at it.
It was filled with
I have already encountered that at times when someone's struggling with something, and I know what it is, I know how to do it, but I'm just not.
But you're struggling to communicate it. Yeah, well, Khan Academy.
The men began to fight with one another. Abraham said to God, there's only one way to stop this.
I saw a
All we need is C. All right.
That's a traditional answer. The substitute of the Vatican is.
Facilitator,
So the question is,
have an idea of going to college. Got it. That's the way I see it.
Somebody that probably has place to understand.
That's somebody else.
Yeah, and usually what they try to do first, count the squares, so they find out there's several with the same numbers. But I mean, my learners, they love to just, they love to.
Team collaboration.
Okay, so number one, okay, so on your paper, you would, because it says use the example on the wall. So you should, like, on here you would put number one, question. So come up with one question, okay? So that way you write it on there. See, this is what this is for. Yeah. If you had the time. So you can do it on the okay? So, and then it says also what? Question, you should have the answer. So they should have a guess on the answer. Just by reading the passage, find the answer. See, that's your reading. You see? So you just follow that. Awesome. And that's actually called the question technique. That's what I do. I make them read. Okay, now you have the question. And then once they get good at it, when they actually make that question at the end, they're going to be the same question. You see, because how best teachers make tests from the reading material. See, so if they get good at making the questions, they'll say, oh, I make the test.
No, that's good. That's very good.
Awesome.
I'd like to think on this. I'm probably more of this.
Okay, let me have your attention, please. Awesome. I love the discussion. We're going to move to the next station. So I'm going to look at the presentation. Okay. Yeah. Okay, now here's your directions right here. Okay. All right. And then it says, can y'all read? Someone read it out loud, please.
Read the passage with the following as an example on the wall. All right. Write 3 questions that can be asked or answered from reading the passage. The question should not be questions that can be answered with yes or no answers. Put the answer at the end of each question.
Okay. So this is your passage. Okay. All right. Now, actually, what you're going to be doing is jigsawing. So actually, I took like 7 letters out of this notebook. Okay. And then from the passage, as you read it, then you're going to come up with, and let's make it short, and you can do it on a sheet of paper, because actually you're going to do it on this big white paper. So you'll have it all on the wall. And actually, we know biblically there's an order. This happening, this happening, this happening, this happening. So as we went on the board, we had time, and as we start to discuss it, we can kind of see. Now, how would this happen low learner? Because number one, she just read it to all of it. She read it to the low learner. You see? Then number two, like as far as the questions, you can come up with the questions, and then you can show him or her where the answer is. Because it says, remember, when you read the passage, the answer must be there. Now, think about it when you make a test, or how a test made. Whoever made the test read the passage. And they made the question. So even my regular readers, when I make them do that first, and they find out all the questions are the same one they made up. This is, I made the test. You see what I'm saying? So do they already know the answer? They could, oh, I know the answer. I know the answer. So even my low learners, so we just like to train them. Okay, let's start with a short. We start with a short paragraph. Read 3 questions. I might even write the paragraph myself. So what is the question? Make a question and this is the answer. So I should be able to have to guess on my answer. It's there. Because that's what reading passages want you to do. Unless they say, I want you to infer what's going to happen next. And so even when you do this, I can say, Esther, what do you think is going to happen from this? That's God's creation. What happened next? You see? But that's your opinion until you actually read it, right? Okay, so I'm going to get to work. And you don't have to do it on big paper because you won't have time. You just do it on little paper. The steps.
Okay, so now we're working team collaboration. That's non-traditional. Where's that one?
Well, that might be low.
Yeah, typically in the olden days, you would just be one by yourself, you know. I would say that's not. Oh.
Would you say that? This one, we were talking about this one. More computers, no people skills. Not this one.
I would think they're working towards more of this now. It doesn't mean you didn't do it. It's kind of hard. Some of these are kind of gray areas.
Okay, non-traditional relationship building. Okay.
This one, worksheets, yeah, definitely.
Worksheet, that's pretty. Front of the room.
Front of the room. Facilitator would probably be non-traditional as a teacher.
With group on that one with that kind of theme.
Circle. I would say that's non-traditional. Projects. Yes, yeah.
Although I like that.
Yeah, rows.
Rubrics. I don't remember rubrics when I was a kid, but Mike now.
Yeah. I don't even know what that is.
It's a grading standard.
Yeah. Oh, is it? Oh, okay. It's not non-traditional because, things are done the same way all the
I feel
time.
like we're kind of going good and bad.
Well, being a consultant, I'd say non-traditional.
Transmitter.
When you have a small and that's proper.
This means proper.
The N is smaller than the D. She pulled out 5 and 5 in troublemaker.
Troublemaker. So was that proper or improper?
I'm thinking of throwing her out of the group.
Proper. I was thinking about
Noun improper. With the big N.
As you do this, and you use a greater than, how can we take the greater than sign and show a proper?
I thought it was an L.
But it's a greater than and less than. So if I was doing, say, a proper, so P stands for what? Proper. Okay? And so we have our N and D. Okay? So we get N and D. And so if we were doing symbolism, how would we put this in? Would it be less than D? Or, well, we're not talking about even the size there.
Oh, we're not?
Now, because because we're using this sign. You see? So greater than or less than. So, right. So if it's proper, the numerator is less than the denominator. So what we're showing them, there are different ways, like Roger said. We have N over D. Also, you can see that's proper because the numerator is less than numerator. So you see the two different ways we've shown that they can symbolize proper. And then we can do improper. Now also, what is the, if we look at this also, we can see triangles. Where do these triangles come from? Yeah, as we cut out. So you see now you get to the advanced part. This is the advanced part of math. You see, advanced geometry.
Oh.
You see? Because, and let's be creative. So you're thinking outside the box. Yes, I always. And see, all these little pieces, they all go somewhere. And even if I had the circle somewhere, then the circle, but I went with a circle.
Okay.
See, so that's.
Explain something to me, please. This is one thing I've never been able to get straight, no matter how old I get. How do you know which way to point the less than?
The less than, if this isn't how small, this is small compared to this. This is greater than. So this is less, this is greater.
Well, yeah,
You
but
see?
if you turn it around the other way.
But if you turn the other way, it still be less, as long as the point,
Less.
because it's smaller. It's smaller. Greater. You see?
Smaller.
So the numerator is less than the denominator is proper. Okay? And then you can read it this way also. You can read D, the denominator, is greater than the numerator. You see? Because it just depends on which way this is. So this is less than. So if it's bigger, that means more can go in, right? Like a big old alligator open his mouth. He's full here. He don't want any more. Okay? It's less than bigger. Awesome. Okay? Good. Okay. All right, we're ready to move. Actually, these are Mrs. Thomas. see? Who's Thomas? Who's this? Connie.
And Esther? And Esther.
Esther.
I didn't even notice that.
This is actually my co-worker, Lee. Okay. He's very good. This is Andrew. Andrew was here at the very beginning. He's a computer person.
With the green shirt?
Yes, this is Andrew. So we put him all in animation. Because that's me. And so Khan Academy is an excellent site to do any math and dirt. I mean, it has all levels.
Is that what the students use during the 2-hour computer lab, or do they use other things?
They use different things.
Okay.
And then they use that as well. Okay. So that's, that is one of our major ones. Okay. Okay. And it does everything from counting bundles to counting 1, 2, 3, so from first grade up to advanced college. Okay? Okay.
Next page now.
Okay. All right. All right. Now put your directions. Any directions first, and then I'll be back. Okay.
At the same time, we choose 2 vowels. Yeah, right. 2 sounds. Right. Okay. 2 vowels.
We're 4 chairs here.
All right. So.
Oh, no one said over there. Okay, read the directions and I'll be back to you. Okay, always read the directions. I tell my students, read those directions. Read. Yes. Okay. Read the directions. And what if it's a low learner that cannot read?
Well, we read together.
So that's right. They can follow along as much as you can.
Yes,
That's what you do. This is Connie, did you see somebody?
For myself, and Connie, and you.
Okay, so y'all went through this?
We went through it, yeah.
Okay, awesome. And so, have y'all been on Khan Academy?
No.
Okay. Well, you can just type in Khan Academy for me, please.
It's on it still. Should I just close it?
Yeah, just close that. Okay, go to math. And this is one of my excellent favorite sites. So you see it takes you from 3rd, 4th, 5th, and actually you can go to 1st grade once you click in to lower level. So say, and then you scroll down. See, so you get to your early math, so that's your 1st grade, 2nd grade, we're talking about bundles.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'll be studying.
Now you see, so you got to get pumped up, right, Esther? Okay. And then you see it goes from pre-algebra to algebra. So and it takes you through every step. So you go ahead and click on any of them, Jillian. But don't get geometry because we don't ever want to take our algebra basic R. We can just, and you see if you scroll there down, you see how it says foundation. So it talks about the foundation. Then it talks about expressions. So it really breaks down everything that you need to cover.
And this is all free.
It's all free.
Wow.
You're free. So even go back to one of the earlier math.
And you can use anything you want. As long as it's 2 different.
Who started that?
Khan.
Yeah.
From Star Trek or?
He's the guy that lives in Pennsylvania, just not
So
far
go to
from
one of
New
the
York.
lower levels.
He did it to start helping like a
Third.
nephew.
Huh?
He started.
And see how you can go to any of those, addition and subtraction. So that's for your lower levels. So you can click on any of those. Go ahead and click on one of those. And
I think they use it
see how
wide.
it gets more specific over there.
Okay.
Click on any of them. And it gives you practice. And you take practice tests and it explains it. And
And so it would be 7 into 30.4. And right upside down. And then 28. Now 7 is 14. And then you just go, however many decimal places you want to go.
And then, so how can it also get to the higher level? 0.42, that's kind of getting up there, right? So 0.42 is 42 over 100. Right. 42%. So you start getting the percent. That's right. You see? Josefina, she's already doing the higher level math. So she had a question about what are her probabilities. So I had to pull whatever it gave them, so like 5 reds. And once she saw them, the pieces, she could see like this 2, this 2. So she could see how you got the answer because visually you can see what is going on. So with my learners, like at all level, what I would have them do is just draw this first, sketch what you see. So they sketch this, and they see 1, 2, 3. Well, the note says red is the top, and then so they know. They all know what the numerator is. You know what the denominator is. This is 3 over. And I even don't count because it tells you how many did you say draw. It says draw 10, right? So I can let them look.
Right.
You do 3 out. So
how many more do you? Yeah. How
you
many
see?
left?
So you're reaching the lower level.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh my God, I got it, you know. Without them looking at it, they say, now look at it. So they have it. So then it says, okay, for the average, because you're doing the fractions, so that's level 2. So you see the smaller number, which is called the numerator, is less than the denominator.
Correct.
Okay, so that is a proper. And I was even telling them, just like, you know, Lee and I don't know if you know Lee, she's the other instructor here.
No, I
But she's she's very nice, she's very thin. So I was saying, what if Lee and I were together, and would it be proper for like cheerleaders, for me to hold her up, or she to hold me up? You see, because if she's trying to hold me, we're gonna practice improper.
Right.
You see?
No, that's true.
Or
Heavier,
either
the
go
heavier number is trying to hold up the lighter number. Yeah.
see?
Or the lighter number trying to hold up the heavier number.
Right. Or if we even going over a bottle, will she carry me over the bottle? You see, that's improper. Even just the way we think, it's improper for a woman to carry a man. You see? So I try to give them all those kind of ways that
They can relate to that concept.
you see?
Yeah.
Now, also it tells you if the numbers are the same, they're proper. You see? So, I mean, that's when we're able to build.
Yeah.
Now, what happens here always with this table, if you remember even with Santa, she was learning her multiplication. She didn't know her multiplications. So I put her on this game, and I said, okay, if you get it right.
I don't like it.
This is what she said. If she get, because she was playing against herself and another little circles something we made. But anyway, she would play against it, and so if she got the answer right, she would move 1. If she missed it, the other thing would move twice. So she goes, that's not fair. She knew the multiplication the next time. You know, she started learning that multiplication. Now she's one of my better math students. Yeah, because the multiplication, she has learned it. Because you can't get to the division if you can't multiply.
You can't get anywhere.
You can't. You see? Yes, and I mean, I could just see her get it. Because I said, let's play the game. And then she says, I don't know, he gets to move twice. I don't like it.
Now, those skills need to be secondary when they get into the algebra and everything else.
Absolutely.
Right. So they can start seeing all that. So you have to build that foundation. Now, the second thing that you have to do with these, so let me go ahead and put those back. That's down here.
What did you put? Oh, right there. Oh, okay.
Now, actually, this is where the grammar, language part comes in, because after you do your math, you got to put it in words.
Yes.
And that's my main thing with them. I said, you're not going to see on the paper 3 times 2 or whatever. They're going to give you problems. And I'm going to tell something that actually helped me with when it came to the number of stations, because of the time. You see, I had to look at the time, what time to start.
Right. What time? So, and then the number of stations and divide.
Yeah, you see? And I give all my learners, I said, then you explain to me. And then we write. We write it down so they can see the sentences. We got to work on spelling. We have to work on grammar. Vocabulary. All that stuff we cover just with the same thing. You see? Even with this, they say, what are these little marks for? That's okay. 12. Is that an even number or odd number? You see? You can start, okay, the next one is 16. Add 12 plus 16. Or multiply 12 times 16. If it's a hot, you see how you go to the next level? You see? So that's why they say, what is marks? Okay, this is what I want you to do with these numbers. You see? Okay, so you get odd, even, odd, all that kind of stuff. Now with this, there are different ways to symbolize so many things.
Yeah, we use that to make a
Okay, so we're going to show, let's show a proper. The P stands for proper, right? And what did we learn about proper?
That the top number is smaller than the bottom. The numerator is smaller than the denominator.
Good, man. That's what I tell you. You know, we mathematicians. We're going to use numerator and denominator and then.
We use top and bottom.
Yeah, that's right.
And then you tell them, because you should know, I'm going to tell you, the numerator is the top number. You see? So that's why, and then that's because they're going to rank it. You see? Okay? So.
I used to say the top, and he said no.
He's right, Trevor?
Yes.
He's right.
So, what is this? Just like this.
What is it?
Oh, yeah. What does it symbolize?
I'm not sure.
Greater than.
The amount of the...
Greater than.
Listen, yeah.
Great. Okay.
Greater than sign.
Greater than or less than.
Yes.
Okay.
So, with the numerator, so if I have my numerator, which way would...
Yeah, right.
Which way? How would I put this? Would I put it this way, or would I put it this way? So which way would I put it for proper?
For proper, it would be
Yes.
this way. No, I'm sorry. It's upside down. Let me do it this way.
Do it that way.
So for proper, it would be less than. Numerator is
Good
less
job, Miss Carolyn. So the numerator is less than the numerator. So I had to also teach them what's the numerator, what's less than.
Yeah, and it wasn't greater than what's
You
greater.
see, because they're going to see this kind of stuff on the test.
Right.
You
But they don't
see,
see those symbols.
those symbols, and then they have to write it down. Proper, in a proper fraction. Numerator is less than. So they write it both ways. They do it symbolism in that way. Now, let's do it another way. We're not going to use this. So let's do improper. Let's do improper. So for improper, what do we know about an improper?
That the numerator is greater than the denominator.
So let's look at size. Numerator.
Oh, did you want the D?
Yeah. Because which one's got to be bigger?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, I see. Okay. Yep.
See, we can do it that way, and we can do it numerator. Improper. So numerator is greater, right? Greater than. Now, although I put that big one, but what does that tell me?
It tells me that, yeah.
Numerator is greater than denominator.
How about the symbol?
Here it tells the symbol. You see? Okay? But then I would tell them, but if I really want to show this in the correct way, what should I show this D? This D should be small.
It'd be small. Should be this one.
Should be that one. You see? Now, what other math? I see all these other pieces. What are they for? What do you think? What is this? What do you think of this? What do you think of it?
Well, it's a triangle.
It's a triangle. Where do you think it came from? So now you get to the higher level.
Okay.
So you got these pieces. So I just take the same pieces and say, okay, now let's move into the next level. See, because some of that may not be the first main one to fit there, but there's one of these that fit in there. So I said, okay, take the time. I want you to, which one goes in there? And now let's figure out the side of this triangle. You see?
Yeah.
Even in here. Triangle. And the P, wherever the P we put it, it was a circle. So you start getting the shapes. So you cover the math, you cover the writing.
Geometry. Intro
geometry. Yeah.
With cut up pieces of paper.
Yeah, we cut up pieces of paper.
Figuring out.
Okay.
They figured out spread. You have to do some type of
And then what is somebody like just learning sounds? How can this help them?
They can sound out the word and end up doing the words too.
Right.
You then realize that the spelling sometimes it's going to be different.
Right. You see?
Yeah, and that one word can lead to other words.
Right.
They can figure other words.
And so also, even when I do with my lower learners, I'll put a word down there that says, okay, like B-E, B, E, B, B. And I put another E. This is still B, B. So now I want you to remember, there's two E's, it's the long E. You see what I'm saying? Okay? So, and then you know with the advanced, you can set the timer faster because now there's more competition than how many words can I get? Or you can say, you know what? Your word has to be more than 3 letters. You see how you can be pushing them?
Yeah.
You see? It ain't gonna count them as 3 letters. Or I count them as 5 letters. You see? There's so much you can do just with letters.
And we do that when we play Scrabble.
Yes. Okay. Okay. We ready to move to the next station?
No, that's 1. We're going to 8.
8 is out here. Oh, okay. So we're gonna stay at 7. So 8 will follow me to the room.
They would sit us in the corner, you listen to a tape, and you had a worksheet.
Oh, okay. I used to actually do something on my whole class, my whole day recording, even calling roll, and I just facilitate them.
Yes.
And it tells them, like for example, the 5 kingdoms. And so you're going to learn this time. This is about the visualization technique,
Okay.
and the questioning technique. So those are the 2 papers you need.
These 2. Okay.
One the visualization. They must take them.
Well, should I sit? Let me sit on this other side.
Okay. All right, I'll slide down. Okay.
Okay, it's the same. Just look at visualization. So we're going to start with visualization.
Oh, okay.
No.
Oh, it's 2.
Yeah,
Okay.
actually 3. I made 4 for you because I was hoping to do 4 so we get so much time. So, will one of you go ahead and read it, please?
Visualization, questioning, and modeling techniques are strategies used to help improve a learner's reading comprehension. I especially like doing them when there are several learners at one time, but they can be done with one. I have found all techniques to be highly effective in regards to increasing one's reading comprehension. The visualization technique is a strategy where the learner follows along as the tutor reads. When the reader reaches the designated point, the learner will turn her paper over and sketch what she remembers first. First, start out by reading just a paragraph. Do not start sketching until the reader tells you. If there is more than one person, share what you sketch with each other to see if there is something that you can add to your sketch by sharing. After sketching, write a paragraph about your sketch. As the instructor, you decide how much you want to read before the learner begins to sketch. I don't ever do more than 2 paragraphs. Now push play on the recorder and begin the visualization technique.
Okay.
So you're going to write an 8 on your paper. So you're going to get 8. And then push play. They should have rewinded. Did they rewind it?
Twice. Please put all writing materials down.
Okay, you get the second
carefully
sheet.
And follow along as I read. All life starts out as a cell. Picture a donut with the center hole a little to one side, or think about an egg cooked over easy with the yolk a little off-centered. This is what a normal human cell looks like. The off-centered hole is called the nucleus of the cell. In the nucleus are found chromosomes. The chromosomes give you your characteristics. They are known as the blueprint. I will read it again.
Read one more time.
All life starts out as a cell. Picture a donut with the center hole a little to one side, or think about an egg cooked over easy with the yolk a little off-centered. This is what a normal human cell looks like. The off-centered hole is called the nucleus of the cell. In the nucleus are found chromosomes. The chromosomes give you your characteristics. They are known as the blueprint. Now, please stop the recorder, turn the paper over and sketch.
So then turn the paper over and sketch what you just heard.
Okay.
Okay, and now you're supposed to share your pictures.
Okay.
So talk about it.
Yeah, I put this big thing was the cell. This was the nucleus, and then inside the nucleus, I think I read.
These chromosomes.
Are the chromosomes.
Awesome. Anything else? So you see how she added a little bit more to her picture. So now you can add that to your picture. That's why you're sharing.
I'm not quite sure. This is the nucleus, the whole center.
That whole, the
chromosomes
are
or maybe
inside.
little pieces in here?
The little darkened area. I just darkened it, but yeah, the little little dots.
I don't think there was anything else.
What about the donut? I heard a donut.
So where did the donut help? When he said when they talked about the donut, what did it help you do?
Well, I pictured a donut because the donut has a hole in the center. Right in the center.
I pictured a sunny side egg because that's what I'm craving right now.
You see,
so why my thing looks more like an egg.
Yes, and that's why I gave more than one because I don't know what an over easy egg look like.
Yes,
you see what I'm saying? I don't know what a donut look like. You just don't know.
You don't know what people know.
So you try to give them more options. Okay, we'll picture this, we'll picture that. Because what I usually tell them, what does it look like to you though?
Right.
Because if I say, well, it looks like this, a tire.
Yeah, it could. Someone could say a tire.
You see, so then you
will remember with a hole in the middle.
Right. So you the one said what it was.
Yeah.
It looked like a Fruit Loop.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right? A Fruit Loop with the circle off to
the side. That's why I said emphasize it to the side because the nucleus is a little bit to the side.
Right.
You see?
Right.
So that's called a visualization technique.
Yes.
You think a low level can do this?
Absolutely.
You see, as a matter of fact, they love doing this part.
Yes.
Because they're listening. So there's modeling going on. They're listening, and then they love to sketch.
Yeah, because that's the way they compensate for not having words is by, in many cases, putting it in pictures or being able to put it in pictures.
Right.
Yeah.
And so then the higher level, it says to write a paragraph. Now, even a lower level can write. They might. It depends what level they are on. Because what I do is right here, I might say the blank looks like a donut, and then they'll tell me what cell. Now, see, I might have to write the word in, but you tell me the answer. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So then this one, so then it's like, oh yeah, okay, I got it.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah. And even for like your higher level, you guys could go on the computer and look up cell and.
So that's what the research part, because even there, yes. So even the higher level, they even like this because remember, as you draw it, your brain connects more to that picture.
Right.
You see? Right. And then, of course, like by hearing it out loud, by drawing it, because now your eyes are really focusing on what you are drawing.
Right.
You see?
Right.
Okay? All right, let's go to the push play. Does it roll show?
It's over here.
Is that one? Okay. Then make sure
They're all the process.
Outstanding.
One does the rundown.
You right?
I tell you. This looks like a math one. Let's see. Yep, that's subtract, multiply, and divide. Okay.
Worth a game, so.
Yep. So without looking at the numbers, each person pulls a number out of the container. The person with the lowest number will go first, and so on. Okay. More than one person draws the same number. Use the first letter of the participant's name to determine the order. Okay. Without looking, the first participant will pull 5 numbers out of the container. Oh, I see. Okay, so the lowest number goes first, then that person who goes first pulls 5 numbers, places them on the table in the order that the numbers are pulled, okay? When the timer says go, the participant has 30 seconds to add, subtract, multiply, and divide those numbers in that order. Okay. For example, in this order, you pull numbers 1, 2, 3. You will add the first 2. Subtract the next number from the answer of the first 2 numbers. Multiply that answer by the next number. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 minus
interesting.
3 minus 3 is 0. 0 times 4 is 0. Oh, okay. Use the calculator to check the answer. The answer is correct. We'll onto the speed board. Okay, of course, we're losing furthest is the winner. Okay, all right. So first we have to determine who goes first. So we have to pull one number out of the tray. Okay. Oops. Minus one.
I have a 7, I guess.
Okay, yeah, that's probably saying I just have one. So, okay, so you go first. So then put
The highest number goes
back. Oh, person with the lowest number goes first. Oh, that was me. Okay, good. Okay. So I will pull 5 numbers out of the container. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And place them on the table in order. I didn't, okay, in the order that they were pulled. I'm not doing that exactly right, but okay. All right. When the timer says go, then I have to add, subtract. Okay. I got high numbers. Good Lord. Sheesh. Okay, so I add the first 2 numbers. So I actually did it wrong. So this was my first number. This is my second number. So 6 plus 0 is 6. Minus 8, which is a negative 2. Times 7, which is minus 14. Divided by 10. Whoa, that's hard. So that would be like a minus, what is it? 14 divided by 10 is 1 4/10, which is 1 2/5.
Minus 1.4. Okay.
Yeah. Minus. Negative. That's hard. So we did this.
Oh, you did it already.
We only had 2
Can you
more.
get out? Okay, get out. We did this.
We did it.
Okay, what did y'all? Oh, y'all was there with them. Okay, we're gonna let them finish that one, and then we're ready to go. Finish. Okay, who started today?
No, who did you make? Right. And 10 minus 4. Yeah, 10 minus 4. Right, 6 times 9. I'm sorry, 54 divided by 6. Yeah. So you say how much
You. Well, she got some bad. I didn't have to spell that. S. What's H? Did you go to the first letter? No, that's the first letter. Underneath the first letter.
It'll be similar. I see you.
That's fine.
Because it says you only the first letter.
I think it's only the first letter. So we missed one more
We have next year.
What do you use? G.
They had energy.
Yeah, T-U-G, Tug.
I know
B-U-G.
I know I'm gonna lose my friend.
No, T-U-G, that's Tug. You got 2 G's, and that's another thing. You see?
And so I'm pretty sure that when you get married, I'll be with you.
3 G's.
So, let's see.
You see? So she got some bad letters. And then you got the Z.
That was it.
So, you see, it's the good spelling. So this is very good for your spelling.
We're just trying to plan for.
You see? Now, how much did you do to
We're trying to get a bottle together now. We're thinking, oh, there, since we have to start from now to eternity. So now we have to go back and figure out all the things. It should be one of the first letter or I just have to.
So what could the changes could be made for an advanced learner? Or you can say, yeah, or you can say, okay, we're not comfortable with this have five letters.
Oh, it's a process.
You see what I'm saying? You see, you must have 5 letters before we count.
Metric is like my
Or time, you got 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's the minutes.
Well, I'm just kind of not satisfied right now, so that's why I'm reaching out and trying to find other accidents.
So we can do a few minutes and then we'll go.
Give me certain
Okay, good. We've got everyone back together. Now we still playing games. Awesome. You guys are awesome. So we're about to close. Everyone just take a look at what I just handed to you and just reflect on this and read it in a few minutes.
I'll put mine away. Here, you can.
Yeah, just share.
This is what you
And
read.
as I was thinking about this workshop, I always think about my learners, and this song is what came to mind. And if you look at the verses, I believe the learners are our future.
Yes.
You see how that is so fitting? Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the learners' laughter remind us. Laughter. You see the fire? You see? Okay? Everybody's looking for a hero. People need someone to look up to. I never found anyone who fulfilled my needs. So these people are searching. Searching for that special person that will connect with them. A lonely place to be, so I learned to depend on me. And so we want to build their confidence. But they're going to still be depending on you. So I'm going to the restroom, like, where are you going? Right, Josefina? And I was like, okay, I'll be back. And those, if you're a new tutor, because I know a lot of you are tutoring, maybe at the farmhouse, I haven't seen you before, all the attachments are going to be there. And that's what's so awesome. I decided don't go never to walk in anyone's shadow. If I fail, if I succeed, at least I've lived as I believe. They haven't had the chance to live.
Yes. As they believe.
As they believe.
That's true.
No matter what they take from me, they can't take away my dignity. You take all this other stuff, but you can't take away my dignity. Because there's no laws happening to me. So I'm going to try to play a little bit on this keyboard. Beautiful. Beautiful. You can retain what we have done through a lot of engagement. plus desire. We talked about the desire. Now you should have the desire to push more, to become more creative. Now look what we've added, retention. Because now the students are going to want to come. They say, oh, we're not just doing worksheets. Look at all this stuff we get to do. We get to have fun. And I'm still learning all this information. And I listen and I think about the tutors because you're coming in and the lessons have already been prepared for you. But my question is, do you review? See, you may not be prepared to prepare something like this for them when you first start. But this is, okay, this is what we covered. Now I'm going to go home and create something. So the first thing that we do is review it. So if I come in and the student has already come in, if they come in, let's pull out something. Start doing that. We call it warm-up. We don't waste time. You see? And so like, oh God, we're going. Don't even ask for a break. Because this time is over. It's like, God, Sarah, it's so fast. You see, because don't give them time. You see, you were moving one, just moving. Okay? And then, of course, it leads to our worksheet. So I do thank you again for coming to this workshop today, and I do thank Carolyn, our executive director, for allowing me to have this workshop. So there's so much actually I had to share because I had like 12 stations, and then but that was one of my math problems to my math students. I said, okay, if I'm going to do 10 stations for 10 minutes. The time is from 2:30 to 4:30. I want to have 15 minutes left in the workshop. What time do I need to start? And they were sitting there talking, well, 10 times 10. Sir, you ain't got much time to do it. So I said, okay, let me cut it. 8. So when I was in Josefina, this is 8 times 10, 80, 60, 120. So I said, I got it, sir. You got to start at least 15 minutes. And without 15, you have to start by 2:50. In order for you to be out there. Now, you started late.
You didn't factor us in.
I appreciate y'all staying because I know it's your Saturday. But hopefully you have gathered a lot of ideas that you can take back. Was it that you want to be able to complete the task? Just so you get ideas. And to share those ideas, and you should gather sheets or reflect back. What did I do? I have someone who's a slow reader. What can I do? How can I jigsaw it? Or someone low with math. What can I use? Get foot roots in. Something that's very basic that you have every day. You see? And believe me, once they start moving that stuff, they're like so excited. So I do thank you. Kelly, let's have a word or two to say.
Well, first of all, I think we should give Lee a tremendous obviously a tremendous amount of preparation and thought, and I am eternally grateful. And also, I'm going to go on record as saying that I want him to do another session like this at the firehouse on this very exercise for those who couldn't make it today. For those that I think I've met everybody, but just in case I haven't, I'm Carolyn Heath, the Executive Director of Each One Teach One, and on behalf of our staff and most importantly our adult learners, we thank you for taking the time this afternoon to come and learn. I want to acknowledge 2 of our adult learners that are here with us, Ms. Josefina Cisneros and Ms. Santa Zamaripa. I want to thank them for assisting me. I think that was fantastic.
All morning.
And welcome to one of our 2 East Side locations. We have 2 East Side locations. You are in one of them here at the convent at Springview. Beautiful building owned by San Antonio Housing Authority. So we are tenants in this building. We have this space, the little room next door that you were in, and we also have an administrative office on the 3rd floor. So if you're looking to have an event, please consider this location. It's a little hidden gem in the community. If anyone is interested, I'll be happy to take you to the 2nd floor. There's a beautiful ballroom on the 2nd floor of this building that they lease out for events. I'd be happy to show you if you care to see it. And thank you, just thank you tremendously for your time this afternoon. Spread the word. These monthly professional development workshops are designed to make it easy and fun for you to get your professional development hours. For new tutors, the first year you tutor, 18 hours of professional development is required. For continuing tutors, it's 12 hours a year. They're easy to get. We have workshops like these every month. So, and they're not just for our tutors. If you know of anyone else that would be interested in these topics, educators or others, please feel free to invite them. They're open to the public and they're free. So we thank you all so much.